welcome to your go-to Detroit Pistons podcast, the Pistons Pulse, co-hosted by me, Bryce Simon of Motor City Hoops.
And Omari for the second, Pistons beat writer for the Detroit Free Press.
And of course, we're always blessed to be joined by our producer, Wes Davenport, who is literally here with us on screen and will be with us throughout the entirety of the episode today.
Been a while.
And
I feel like
it has been a while. Been
kind
too
of weird.
long.
Yeah, weird to get the intro while I'm actually on the screen.
I love it. So, of course, make sure you're listening to Wes and Robbie over on the Pin Down on the Detroit Bad Boys YouTube channel. Make sure you're taking in all of the great Pistons content creation out there, podcasts, websites, blogs, Substacks, all of those things. But specifically here, make sure you're reading Omari Sankofa II on the Detroit Free Press. And complete transparency, maybe not the greatest time to subscribe to the Motor City Hoops Substack, but go ahead and subscribe now.
No, there's always a good time to lock in now so that you're ready when it's time to go.
It's free, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so subscribe now, so that way when stuff picks back up in a couple months, you're already locked in there. But today we have a very special episode. I think we're all very excited about this one. Hopefully you, the viewers, the listeners, the supporters like it as well. This is all trivia. So how this will work is Wes will play Sheet or Sham. He will lead us in Sheet or Sham, which a lot of times or you have heard before. Like this is a game we played. Omari is going to lead us through some Pistons history, season by season trivia of some capacity. I know he's really excited about what he came up with.
Just being a Pistons nerd, I was trying to not make it too obscure. And so even the playing field, because I know you've come into this more recently, Bryce, but it's just generally this player did X this season, and then a few are who are the two players who did X this season. So pretty straightforward, but we'll see how fair it is because some of them do get a little specific.
And then I will lead trivia in the final segment, and we will name that player where I will give the same hints to who the player is. And the earlier you guess that player's name, the more points you get. So if you can do it just off the first criteria, you get 5 points. If it takes the first 3 criteria before you get it, then you only get 3 points. And there is a Pistons theme to that as well. It is all players who, at least at some point in their NBA career, played for the Detroit Pistons, varying degrees of that. But let's start with this. We already have a guest. Ben Wallace has been guest already here at the top. My guess is we mentioned Ben Wallace at least one time in the trivia today. But O2, the schedule, I honestly don't know. School starts tomorrow for me. We've been in service day, so I haven't really got into this yet. Is the whole schedule out, or did they just give us like opening day, night, and
today was
Christmas?
Just opening day and Christmas, and then tomorrow's NBA Cup, and then Thursday will be the full schedule. Why it's a 3-day event? I don't know. I just want to take a minute to complain about it being a 3-day thing. I'm actually technically off the rest of this week.
You want to get your travel schedule, right, O2? This is important for you.
Yeah, and it would be nice to see the next 9 months of my life. Given that the schedule more or less is my life, and it just doesn't need to be a 3-day process. It's like this is 3 days. The draft is 2 days now, which I don't mind. I actually don't mind the second round being on day 2. But then the awards take like a month to unroll. It's just I'm tired of all these drip feeds. I would prefer the schedule to just be a one-day event and a press release. But that's what it's going to be. We're going to have to wait till Thursday for the actual release.
Pistons Fan 11 asks, how's this going to work in the comments? I will encourage the people that are playing. So like Wes will run Sheet or Sham. I will encourage me and O2 not to have the comments open so you guys can play along. I know during my game, I actually have a way that I can keep track of your points. Like the comments can play against each other. You can't really play against O2 and Wes, but you can play against each other, whoever's still with us live at that point. So, whoever's here with us live, there's definitely an opportunity to play along in the games. Just thoughts on Detroit playing, I believe, early afternoon. Is that what I saw on?
Yeah, it's a 3 p.m. tip
night?
On October 20th, Tuesday, October 20th, 3 p.m. tip. Never heard of an opening tip that early on a weekday for basketball. It's an NBC game, it's sort of packaged as 3 games that are going to air on national TV. It'll be against the Boston Celtics, and it'll be at the LCA, so it is a home game. So if you're planning on attending opening night, go ahead and fill in your off day now, or maybe you can wait and kind of finesse a sick day. But however you do it, you're going to need at least a half day to attend this game. So pretty weird. Not sure why, but there you have it.
Okay, Wes, let's get you in here. Your thoughts on Detroit playing early afternoon on that day, and then you can get us into Sheet or Sham.
Yeah, almost no thoughts. I think it's cool that they have the first game of the year and there's no other game going on at the same time. So like that's kind of fun. But other than that, it's just the schedule. They'll play the 82 games and it goes all the way till next March and a little bit after if all things go well. So whatever. But as far as Sheet or Sham goes, we do have to get some of the ground rules back in. By my count, Bryce, I think you are up by 4. I think you have now won 10 games and Omari has won 6. So, Omari, you got to get the comeback started now because Bryce is starting to run away with this. For all the crap you used to give me about slanting this game to Omari, too, you're running away at the moment. I overcame. The underdog overcame it. In fairness to Omari, didn't I win one that gave me 4 points or something like that? Like, didn't we tie a bunch of times and build up? There was something like that. But as you guys hopefully remember, if not, this is your first time listening to Sheet or Sham, then all the better. But this is a true or false game. So basically what I'm going to do is read out a stat or a fact, right? And Bryce and O2, they have to decide whether or not that fact is either true, which would be Sheed, or Sham, which would then be false. We do have the phone, the chat. So to Pistons fan 11, who asked about what the chat could be doing here, you guys are free to play along. Bryce and Omari shouldn't be looking at the chat unless they say, I want to phone the chat for this answer, in which case they can pull up our live chat, look and see what everyone is thinking the answer will be, and then either choose to go with that or not go with that. Bryce and Omar, you guys just have to declare that ahead of time.
System, even on the
honor
chat,
system.
You can't cheat. This has to come from the head. This can't come from your phone. So, let's try to play this fair.
Yeah, so you got that little arrow there in StreamYard. You should push that, you should click the arrow to make the chat go away. If anyone else uses StreamYard,
I just clicked on the private chat to be fair. So,
well, that works too.
Yeah,
that works too.
Yeah, I don't see this arrow you're talking about, but I'm just
there's an arrow right in the middle of the screen. So start at Wes's face and
I got you.
To the right.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, there we go. I figured
it's starting already.
Don't hit the one at the bottom because that one means you will leave the studio. We don't need that.
No, I'm not going to hit that arrow.
That's the last one. Yeah, don't do that. Bryce, I think because you're leading, I want to give you the choice of going first or second here on the first question, and then we're going to alternate from there. You'll go first. All right. Admittedly, I will admit that this should probably be an Omari question, but I'm skeptical, Omari, that you're going to be able to get it. This is a deep cut. So if Gary Harris makes the 15-man roster this season, he will be the first former Michigan State Spartan to log minutes for the Detroit Pistons since Mateen Cleaves in 2000 and 2001. That was Mateen Cleaves' rookie year. Sheed or Sham?
This is definitely an Omari question. He talks about this all the time. He can name every Michigan player that he's covered for the Pistons. I'm going to say there's somebody since Cleaves. So I will say Sham.
Omari?
Man, I'm going to be embarrassed if I get this one wrong.
These are the worst questions, right? The ones that you should absolutely get.
And I'm thinking about this really hard because I've made this point to many people. I've covered 4 or 5 Michigan guys since I've been there. I've never covered a Michigan State guy. And for those listening who don't know, I'm a Michigan State alumnus. And me and Gary Harris actually were the same class. So fun fact, I guess, maybe. But I want to say Sheed that it's true. And I don't think I'm wrong. I'm thinking really hard, but I'm going to go with Sheed.
All right. So it was Sham. But since the answer was Sham, I'm willing to give both of you guys a bonus point here. So whoever can answer who the player was that did play a game, and I'll give you the hint, they played one game in 2018, 2019. One game.
That's the only reason why it's not Sheed is because one player
game
played
is because
one game.
Hey, don't act like
that's it.
That is all of Wes's questions. They're all like,
man. Hold on.
I was excited when I found this.
Did they average 17.8 points per game? No, they only averaged 17.7 points per game.
They played one game.
One game. They were a two-way player. I'll give you that one too.
In 2018,
I have no clue. I don't have it. Is the chat getting it? Is the chat?
So far, no. I'm looking. So far, they don't have it yet. Omari, you can make it up. Do you have it? Who's this player?
It's probably somebody who was there while I was there too. That is Greg Kelsey got some run that season.
No, it was 2018, 2019. Oh, that's what, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I graduated 16, so it would be somebody, within the last 10 years of that, most likely. And probably a lot more recent if they were on a two-way. But they only played one game. I genuinely do not know. But if they were a two-way, were they like an undrafted guy, or did they get drafted? Because
you don't get more
I'm
questions.
giving all the hints that I'm willing to give. 1 game, 18-19, two-way player. That's 3.
I don't know. I can't get it.
You call George Plaha for phone a friend. That'd be good. He probably would get it.
Man, hold on. Give me 10 more seconds. I feel like I should know this.
We have 3 trivia games today, Omari. We can't go 5 minutes on every question.
Well, Wes came up with an opening question calibrated to really make me not want to get this one wrong. But I don't know who it is. My 10 seconds are up.
All right. It is Spartan legend Kalen Lucas. He played 1 game. It was a Pistons loss to the Wizards. They lost 101-87. He logged 2 minutes. He made 2 free throws. That was it. That was his impact on the game. He was actually only active for 1 other game that season. They also lost that game to the Bucks.
I would not have gotten that. That was a good one. Wow. I feel like you should have
Legos did a whole article on it.
Off of a technicality.
No. It's right there. Yeah, and I didn't. So if there was another Spartan that played for the Pistons before that, I didn't find it. That was the most recent one that I was able to find between now and Mateen Cleave. So if some other Rodney Dupree, and maybe, I don't know, but maybe not. So Sham, because of 1 game of Kalen Lucas. All right, Bryce, this one will go to you first.
No, I went first.
Omari first. Yeah, let's switch that up. So, Omari, this one's going to you first. Sheed or Sham, Ausar Thompson had a better field goal percentage on shot attempts that came after 3 or more dribbles than Jalen Duren did last season. I had to calculate this one myself on NBA.com.
The higher percentage on shots taken after 3 or more dribbles than Jalen Duren. I'm going to go Sheed.
So, Ausar had a higher field goal percentage than Jalen Duren on shot attempts with 3 or more dribbles.
Yes, and NBA.com kind of splits it, right? So they do 3 to 6 dribbles and then, or 3 to 7 dribbles and then 7 or more. So combining both of those.
Oh, you combined all of it.
I'm just sitting here thinking of like those guys' entire shot profiles.
So you said Sheed, Omari?
Yeah, I said Sheed.
I'll go Sham. I'm in the middle enough. I'll go opposite here.
All right, it was Sham. Bryce, I feel like you're getting a lot of these just by picking the opposite of Omari. So yeah, this one for Ausar Thompson, he was 78 makes on 158 attempts. That's about 49%. Jalen Duren, surprisingly, on about the same amount of attempts. He was 77 for 132. That's 58%. And I was just very surprised that the volume was so similar. They actually got about the same number of 3 or more dribble attempts over the whole season.
That has to be because of Ausar Thompson in transition, right? Like that has to be what gets Thompson's number so high. Because like I know 150 shots over a course of a regular season isn't that many, but that seems like a lot for Ausar Thompson taking 3 or more dribbles. A lot of those have to be transition attempts.
Almost 2 per game. So I was thinking transition, but I was also thinking he was more likely to dribble in the half court, and I still
I would say Duren's are half court. Like Duren does a little bit of grab and go, but not enough to really. That's interesting because I would say, that's a fun question.
And that makes the percentage more surprising too. I would think because you'd think transition would be getting you a better return than the half court.
Absolutely,
just pound out in the mid post or wherever he was doing it. All right, so this one's related. Kind of one more since I was already at that well. Jalen Duren had the highest field goal percentage on the Pistons for shots attempted with a touch time between 2 and 6 seconds, minimum of 150 attempts, such attempts. So this one's going to Bryce, you first. Is that Sheed or Sham? Highest field goal percentage, minimum 150 attempts on shots attempted by holding the ball between 2 and 6 seconds.
Sham.
So it's kind of another longevity one.
Well, I'm going to go Sheed. I'm just thinking with Sheed.
Bryce, Omari, you're deploying Bryce's strategy here. I like it. It was Sheed. Nice. It was. I was surprised by this one as well. So Jalen Duren, 55, almost 56% on those attempts. Again, 2 to 6 seconds with him holding the ball. 273 attempts.
Wow.
Did you happen to like look through the team? Like who was second or anything like that?
I would guess Cade
I don't have
second.
the full list.
Okay.
So Cade was actually leading the way in attempts, obviously. He had 487 attempts. He shot 50% on those. Funny enough, Paul Reed actually would technically have been the leader, but he only had 106 attempts.
So this is complete truth. Paul Reed was the reason I said Sham. Like I thought maybe this was a Paul Reed stat, but the attempts make sense.
And just to compare to Ausar one more time, because it's kind of interesting. So Ausar had 281 attempts for just touch time more than 2 seconds. So I was
Now lumping again the 6 or more seconds in on that one. Jalen Duren had 312. So neither of them had a ton where they were really holding the ball more than 6 seconds, but still lumping those in. Duren was about the same. It was still about 55, 56%. Asara was at basically 46% on those. Cade Cunningham, once he held the ball for even more than 6 seconds, this was 442 attempts, quite a lot. 43, almost 44%. So not great on those.
Probably don't want him holding the ball that much, so that kind of makes sense, I guess.
You probably don't want anyone holding the ball that much.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So this should be going to
Omari.
If we win, so this should be going to Omari first. Is this a gimme or is this a trick? Duncan Robinson led the Pistons in catch and shoot field goal percentage per NBA.com.
And catch and shoot 3-point. Oh, field goal percentage, not just 3-point, but field goal.
Field goal percentage. Yep, field goal percentage.
I mean, that's got to be Sheed. I don't even know who else will really threaten him as far as just pure catch and shoot. I think Tobias could be pretty high catch and shoot, but I don't know if he's leading them.
Is that your answer?
Yeah, Sheed.
Okay, I will go Sham. I'm interested to see if there's somebody else here. I was going to go Sham anyway, so.
This was a trick. So Duncan Robinson, this is Sham. It was 42.3%, which is obviously pretty good. But there were 2 guys above that. One of them was Marcus Sasser, 49%, but he only played 38 games. So I kind of crossed him out. But there was another player that played the vast majority of games for the Pistons that was a higher field goal percentage on all catch and shoot shot attempts. That was Danis Jenkins, 46.7%.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, Danis. Okay.
So I know one point I've made all offseason is how good Danis was on catch and shoot 3-point attempts last year. I think it was 43%, which based on that number means he was also very good on the 2-point mid-range attempts he got, which probably isn't very many, but was enough to go ahead and bump that number up. Interesting.
Nice. And to make it a little more interesting too.
Because you want him launching probably anyway. So that, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
To make it a little more interesting as well, Isaiah Joe, he would have been ahead of Duncan Robinson too. He was 43.3% on those.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember we did, I think we looked at the Isaiah Joe Duncan Robinson splits a month or 2 ago, and Duncan was better on the contested, but Isaiah Joe was one of the best in the league as far as wide open. He was 50% on wide open catch and shoot threes or something like that.
So I know NBA.com, actually they do pull some of their stuff from Synergy, I think. But I just pulled up Danis's Synergy. So catch and shoot threes, he was 43%. On catch and shoot twos, it says 2 of 5, but their 2-point jump shot numbers are a little funny. If you look at his 2-point jump shots and take away the 2-point dribble jumpers, he was 10 of 18 on 2-point jump shots that weren't off the dribble. So that would probably move the number up to kind of where we're talking about here. So interesting.
All right, next one. This one's going to you first, Bryce. Sheed or Sham, Paul Reed played more games for the Pistons last season than did Isaiah Stewart.
Sheed.
You said he played more games.
Games.
Isaiah Stewart played more games than Paul Reed.
No, other way
around.
Paul Reed played more games than Isaiah Stewart. Sham. I'm committing to Sham.
So this one surprised me. This was Sheed. Paul Reed, 65 games. Isaiah Stewart, 58. But Omari, you weren't too far off for saying Sham because Stewart did play 400 more minutes than Paul Reed. He just appeared in those games though. So still technically had him.
That's what I was trying to think. I'm because I knew Isaiah Stewart was in the 58 game range. So it's okay. So I know maybe Paul Reed played more games, but I knew Isaiah played more minutes. So that was a tough disparity to kind of match. 65, that's a lot of games. Wow. I also knew that Paul Reed
more than I thought.
Double. I think he played almost double last season than he did the season before. I did know that. But yeah, okay. Yeah, these are throwing me off. I'm doing terrible. I'm doing really bad. I think I'm down.
Right.
I think we did 5 questions. I've got 4 of them wrong. So
yeah, it's 4-1 right now in favor of Bryce. So
let's keep going.
The rest of this is a formality. We just have 2 left, but we'll throw this one to you first anyway. Sheed or Sham, last season, Pistons players had their shots blocked 5.8 times per game. This was tied for most in the NBA.
Sheed. I know that they have some guys that got blocked a lot.
I'll go Sham just because.
It was Sheed. They were actually tied with the Jazz and the Pelicans for the worst mark in the league. And funny enough with that too, the best mark in the league was the Lakers. It was only 3.5 of their shots were blocked per game. That was about 0.6, so about a half shot blocked better than the second best. So the Wolves, Celtics, Bucks, 4.1.
Man, so they're like they're uniquely great at not getting blocked.
Well, so my argument was going to be that they get to the free throw line all the time. So like when they get to the rim,
That could be.
But that doesn't track then with the Celtics and the Bucks would be my guess. You know, like I thought maybe free throw rate had some sort of correlation here, but
I mean, the Bucks Giannis didn't play much. That would have probably dipped their free throw rate down.
Some of that
right?
is also just raw attempts because the Pistons led the league in
True.
Attempts in the paint
scoring or whatever.
like paint scoring. So some of that's just volume. I don't know where the Lakers would have fallen, but I know that they lean more toward threes than the Pistons.
Yeah,
so.
the Bucks were 30th in free throw to field goal attempt ratio.
Yeah.
So but maybe they didn't generate a whole lot of rim pressure just in general. That would be a fun one to dive into a little bit. What some of the correlation was there. Huh, interesting.
All right, Bryce, you ready for the last one?
Yep.
The Pistons starting lineup played a total of 536 minutes last season. That's a fact. Sheed or Sham, per NBA.com, this was the third most of any five-man group in the NBA.
Sham.
Can you say that again? I don't at least try to make this close. I'm going to really consider this.
The Pistons starting lineup, they played 536 minutes together as a five-man unit last season. So that's true. Right, that's not part of the question. Per NBA.com, this was the third most of any five-man group in the NBA. Is that last statement, Sheed or Sham, was that actually the third most of any five-man unit?
I'm going to go Sheed.
It was Sheed. It was. And the Wolves, actually, their starting five were running away with this. So they had 710 minutes played together. The second most, perhaps unsurprisingly, was the New York Knicks, 541. Not too far behind, Charlotte Hornets, 509. And then there was a huge drop-off from there to the fifth place Hawks, whose starting lineup played only, right, in this context, 391 minutes together. So the Pistons starting lineup,
what was that lineup for
last year.
What was the lineup for the Hawks?
That was the post-trade deadline one.
Yeah, so like that actually was probably quite a few minutes because they didn't have the whole season, but still, yeah.
Yeah, the Pistons are one of the least injured teams, and then they also kept most of their rotation intact after the trade deadline. So even with Cade getting hurt towards the end of the year, yeah, the rest of the league was just, I don't want to say remarkably injured, but but the Pistons, I mean, even though they dealt with their own, they actually fared pretty well last season compared to everybody else. So I got two sheets at the end. I lost, but I didn't get smacked.
You brought it close again.
Yeah, it's 4-3.
It was 4-3. You're right there. But Bryce is now up 11-6.
Yeah, I don't take pride in any loss. I'm just saying, if this were 9 questions instead of 7, I might have. The shot clock ran out of me.
I'm saying no moral victories.
Shot clock ran out of me.
All right, let's go to break. When we come back, we will let Omari take control of the episode, and me and Wes and I will play his trivia game right after this.
All right, we're back with segment 2. My trivia game is pretty straightforward. There are 15 questions. We'll see if we need all 15. But essentially, it's stats from different seasons going backwards. Just dealing with the 5 major categories, obviously points, steals, blocks, assists, rebounds, and which player or players ranked in certain positions in each season. So I tried to make this. Oh, and then there's a couple that are a little bit outside of that, but they're recent enough that I think this will be an even playing field for Bryce and Wes. There are not too many questions from before the last decade-ish, which I thought it might get a bit more spotty. But yeah, I tried to keep this winnable for both sides. We'll see how well I did on that. First question, this is last season. The Pistons had 5 players average at least 1 steal per game last season. Who averaged the second most, right? So out of the 5 players to average at least 1, who was second?
So we'll go honor system here that I don't think we need to say our answers at the same time, but like, we're just not going to change our answer. Like, I have my answer and we'll say the name because we're going to have to do that during my game as well. Like, we're just going to have to kind of honor the system. So let me know when you're ready. I have my answer.
I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
Ron Holland.
That was mine as well.
Wrong. It was Cade Cunningham.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
The
Asar
chat
was.
had it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So Asar was number one, obviously, with 2, and then Cade was second with 1.4. Also, even though he didn't play as many games, Kevin Huerter was also in that top 5. He averaged 1.1 steals in his the 25 games he played. So, yeah, fun fact. All right. This is also last season. After Asar Thompson, who was I read that wrong. These 2 players were tied for second in blocks per game last season, right? So Isaiah Stewart led the team in blocks per game with 1.6. These 2 players were tied for second.
We have to name both.
Yes, we have to name both.
Oh, that's tough.
I have my 2 when you're ready.
Oh, geez, you're so fast with this.
Well, last year's are easy to come up with names. Wait till we get to
Fair.
the 2013 season, and I won't even have a name at all because I don't know a single player on that team.
I think I've got it, and I'm hoping one of them's different than yours.
Asar Thompson and Jalen Duren.
I was saying Asar Thompson and Paul Reed.
Wes got it. Asar Thompson and Paul Reed, both with just under a block per game.
Wes,
0.9.
O2, do you need me to keep track of the score for you, or you got it?
I got it.
Okay,
I got it. All right. So that's 1 for Wes. Okay. So this is the 24-25 season. Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. led the team in total 3-pointers made. Who was third?
I have my answer.
425. Oh, no.
You're doing these quickly.
Oh, no.
This one I feel
He's
pretty
like
good.
on
This one I
instinct.
feel pretty good about.
I've got to guess.
Cade Cunningham.
That was mine too.
All right. It was Cade Cunningham.
Okay.
He had 149, and then Tobias Harris was 4th with 91. All right. This is actually a general roster question. So this is in 23-24, the 14-win season. Over, under 29 players to play a game for the team that season. Over or under 29 players to play a game
I've got
for
mine.
them that season.
I've got mine.
Yeah.
I'm going to say over.
Yeah. Over.
Yeah, it's over. The answer
What
was
was the number?
31.
Was it 31?
Oh,
Yeah, it was 31.
It's 31. So that was the second most in NBA history. The first most was 33, which was the Grizzlies a few years before that. All right. 2001.
That was like cheating. Blake and I have made that a talking point that year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's something we did talk about a lot. But I'm like, when I set the over under, is 30 going to register?
I was going to say over no matter what.
You're going to say over no matter what.
I'd also gone back and looked. Almost all of them are like out of the league too now. It's like a third of that is no longer there or something crazy like that.
It is baffling to have 30.
Shout out to everybody that joined us live during the 23-24 Detroit Pistons season on the Pistons Pulse. We appreciate
31
you.
players. That's 2 players for every seat in the locker room, essentially over the course of an entire season. All right, 21-22. Who was the team's leading scorer in 2001-22?
21 and 22?
Yeah.
I have 2.
I've got to guess.
You ready?
I've got mine. Yeah, I got mine.
Jeremy Grant.
Ah, dang it. That was mine.
It was Jeremy Grant. Yeah, Jeremy
Okay,
Grant
cool.
averaged 19.2 points, and then Cade was second.
That was his rookie year, right?
17.4. Yeah, that was his rookie year. Okay, this is the season before that one. Honestly, if either of you get this one, I just got to tip my cap. Who led the team in assists per game in 2020-21?
I have my answer.
I've got to guess.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Killian Hayes.
That was my guess.
Corey Joseph.
That was, I should have gone with it. Dang
Corey
it.
Joseph averaged 5.5 assists.
I
Killian
was so
Hayes averaged
confident that it was
5.3.
Killian. I actually thought I had that one. That was my first year. That was the first year.
That was
That
the
was your
first
first
year.
year on the beat too.
That was also my first year on the beat. Yeah, no, Killian Hayes very narrowly lost out to Corey Joseph. Okay, now we are officially before our official times with the pod, or just with the Pistons in any capacity, Bryce. But I think these are still within the realm of doability. All right, 2019-20. This player that the team is scoring.
1920?
I mean, I have an answer.
Okay. Yeah, I got my answer. I think I got it.
Blake Griffin.
Yeah, I was going to go Blake.
Derrick Rose, 18.1 points.
He averaged 18 that year?
He averaged 18 that year.
So what's the
Oh my
good?
God.
What's the really good Blake year? The year before.
Year before that, probably.
Oh,
Yeah, the really good Blake year I think it was the year before that because that was the first year he had kind of begun to fall off. Yeah, the year before that he averaged 24.5 points.
He was like all NBA that year, right? Like so 18, 19, he was like all NBA. Okay.
Yeah, he was all NBA, and then 1920 he dipped down to 15.5 points. So it actually was Derrick Rose that year. Derrick Rose had that might have been Derrick Rose's last really good year as a scorer. All right. In 2014-15.
Hold on real quick. So then 2021, both Blake and Derrick Rose started the season, right?
In 2020-21, they both started the season.
Neither played. Blake got waived.
They both played. I know Blake Griffin, I want to say, played around the first 15, 20 games, around
and
there.
then got waived, right?
And then he was bought out.
Yeah. And then Derrick Rose got traded
too.
No, Rose got traded.
Derrick Rose got traded, and I believe that trade brought back Dennis Smith Jr. and somebody else. I'm actually about to check that. Was that Dennis Smith Jr. and V?
I just remember talking about how it seemed like they traded Derrick Rose where he wanted to go, and it seemed like they did right by him and stuff like I remember in the early days of the Motor City Hoops pod having those conversations how that stuff could matter.
Yeah.
So that was the Drummond trade year too, right?
The Drummond trade year was the year before
on the
that.
team though.
Drummond was traded to Cleveland in 2020.
Oh yeah.
During the season? During that 1920 season that we're
at the deadline.
About. And then what happened to Kennard? Because I remember that being a Kennard and Bruce Brown were the other two guys.
During the 2020 offseason, in a multi-team trade, and I think that was a part of the trade that brought in Sadiq Bey on draft night because Luke Kennard went to the Clippers, and then they got an outside pick. Yeah.
That was the Killian Sadiq, Isaiah Stewart draft.
Yeah.
Right? And then Bruce Brown was just, he got traded too for...
He got traded for
Musa or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe
never
a draft pick. Zanin Musa never played, but he was traded to Brooklyn.
But Drummond was traded at the deadline the year before.
The year prior. Yeah.
Okay.
The year prior.
All
right. I don't know if this is going to get much better. In 2014-15, these
doesn't sound like it. It's not a good start.
Yeah.
Oh God.
These two players averaged at least 10 rebounds per game. In 2014, these two players averaged at least 10 rebounds per game.
I have two names, but I don't think they're right.
Oh Lord. 14-15. Did they make the playoffs that year? They didn't, right?
14-15. No, they did not make the playoffs that year. That was the year before they made the playoffs, I want to say. Yeah, 14-15, they did not make the playoffs.
I have one for sure.
I have one name, and then I have a second name that I don't think is right, but I'm hoping maybe it was just I'll stop talking.
I think I have it. I'm not confident, though.
I'm going to say Andre Drummond and Josh Smith.
I was going to say Andre Drummond and Greg Monroe.
Wes got it. Andre Drummond and Greg Monroe. Andre Drummond averaged 13.5 rebounds, and then Greg Monroe averaged 10.2.
And just a bevy of elbow jump shots.
I guess in my head, those guys didn't overlap. How many years did those guys play together? I guess in my head, I always there was a Greg Monroe era and an Andre Drummond era, but obviously that's not right.
They overlapped. I want to say 2 or 3 years. Greg Monroe was no longer on the roster in 15-16. So they overlapped 3 years.
Okay. All right.
And then I want to say the last 2 years of that, the last year and a half of that or so was with Josh Smith. Did they play them
together? Did they share the floor a lot?
Yes, they shared the floor. They had
Twin
towers.
And they tried to put Josh Smith in there too.
Yeah, and then they added Josh
Smith at the 3 with Greg Monroe and Andre Drummond?
Yes, they added Josh Smith to that, but they already had both of those guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wasn't 14-15, wasn't that the year they waived Smith too?
Yes, 20.
Because then the following year, they get Jackson at the deadline. The following year, they actually make a little bit of noise.
Tobias Harris in that span, and then they actually make a playoff push. They won 44 games after. But that was what started the ball rolling when they signed Josh Smith in 2014 to add to Greg Monroe and Andre Drummond. And then in December in 2014-15, which is when Stan Van Gundy first took over, he just completely pulled the plug.
Wait, what was that comment? I missed it. It was
incredible
basketball.
Yeah. It was incredible basketball. There's nothing in today's NBA resembling the basketball that was played that season.
The entirety of the offense was operated within the top of the key at the high school three-point line. It was
I pulled up the numbers just for that year. Drummond took 0 threes, Monroe took 0 threes, and Josh Smith took 1.3 per game at 24%.
Those three players
was too many.
combined.
That was, yes. And
Like
that
he
was,
should not have been taking one.
Oh, no,
they were
Drummond took
seeing-
2. Drummond was 0 of 2. So they took a combined 39 threes between those 3 players and made 9.
and the thing is, people were so angry at Josh Smith shooting threes, even though somebody had to shoot. Obviously, he didn't make that many of them, so I'm not like defending the strategy. But
To be fair, Bryce, he had this habit of like, he'd have his heel on the 3-point line and just chuck it anyway. Like, it's just a horrible shot.
there were like a lot of Kevin Garnett long range shots in there, but he did have Kevin Garnett.
What year are we? 2014? I may have to go watch a game if I can find it on
don't.
Synergy.
You really don't need to
You
watch
don't need
it.
to do
No,
that.
no, no.
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
No, I think I do.
This is important Pistons lore. This is important. It really is important Pistons lore.
2014-15 game logs. Yeah. Synergy. If I find some time, I'm checking out a game.
Oh, God.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. I'm only gonna do a few more of these because
Okay.
we have like 20 minutes left of this episode. Okay, but this is a fun one though. In 2013-14, these 2 players each averaged nearly 3 stocks per game. Blacks and steals, obviously. These 2 players in 13-14 both averaged nearly 3 stocks per game.
Oh. Okay. Well, go ahead. Let me know when you're ready. Wes.
I've got one. I don't know about the other. Shoot. Who? I guess I got to guess.
I mean, I just have to go back to the say Andre Drummond and Josh Smith.
Was it Drummond and P? Was that too early for him?
It was Drummond and Josh Smith.
Oh.
Drummond averaged 1.6 blocks and 1.2 steals. Josh Smith averaged 1.4 blocks and 1.4 steals. So they were both at 2.8 stocks per game. Okay.
I see they were productive.
Yes. Okay. We will do one more because Bryce, you're at 4. Wes, you're at 5. So
Ooh,
you could
okay.
either clinch with Wes or Bryce could tie, in which case we'll do one more. Who led the 2007-08 Pistons in scoring? The last year of the going to work era.
That's really going to work. Oh, man. Do you got it, Bryce?
I have a name. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Richard Hamilton?
I feel like it was Allen Iverson.
It was Richard Hamilton.
Oh.
Allen
I
Iverson
figured
was the
that was
year
just
after.
the Bryce coded question there.
Iverson was the year after. That was 08-09. Rip Hamilton led them in scoring with 17.3 points, but Chauncey was number 2 with 17 points. So it was very close. Okay, well, Bryce tied. So this is...
We got to do one more.
This is the last one. This is a tough one.
Oh, great.
So this is the last year of the going to work era.
Okay.
07-08.
Okay.
Who led that team in rebounds per game?
Let's do this, Wes. Let's just go back and forth until we get it right. That way there's a winner.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
I'll let you guess first.
Man, I just don't know if it was Rasheed. Was it? I'll just do it. Rasheed Wallace.
It was not Rasheed Wallace.
I should have
That's
gone
the
with my
only
gut.
name I had. The next best name I have is Tayshaun Prince,
It
which
was
I
not
know
Tayshaun
I know
Prince.
it's not Tayshaun, but
It's not
Antonio
Tayshaun.
McDyess.
It was Antonio McDyess.
Ooh,
Wow.
that was going to be my guess. I didn't feel it though. I was like, no, it's got to be Sheed.
Antonio McDyess averaged 8.5 rebounds per game. Rasheed Wallace averaged 6.6. Fun fact, McDyess also started 78 games that season.
nice.
So when Ben Wallace left in 05-06, they replaced him essentially with Chris Webber and Nazir Muhammad. A few people mentioned Nazir Muhammad.
yeah, Naz Muhammad's in there. Yeah.
They basically started like half the season each. There were some injuries mixed in, some tinkering, and then Antonio McDyess just took over the job full time in 07-08. 8.5 rebounds. All right, so Wes, you got 6. Bryce, you got 5. Like I said,
All right.
I'll take it.
All
I'll take
right.
it.
I did my best to
That's
make
pretty
that
good.
a battle. I did my best to make that a battle.
I'll take it. Okay, we're going to go to break. While we're on break here, if you are live in the chat, go ahead and put like a yes or something to let me know if you want to play this final trivia game. And I think we can play Omari versus Wes, but then all of you in the chat can play against each other. You can't play against Omari and Wes, but you can play against each other. And so I'll put it in my little Google sheet and you guys can play along as well. So give me a yes or something like that and I'll keep track of that and we'll start name that player right after this.
All right, we're back for segment 3, and Bryce is just going to close out our all trivia episode here with a game that hopefully he'll allow me to win, so I can break my streak here.
Okay, so I got Pistons fan 11, Devon, Dog, Dogs. Okay, so we got a few people playing here. So here's how this works. Oh, Agrodome.
Vic Ray says, I was in and out, but you have to watch that Josh Smith Monroe Drummond film at some point, Bryce. You'll be confused and laughing in no time. This is when, like, sometimes I just get a little frustrated, and maybe some of the frustration that people feel with last season, because I'm like, y'all were not watching the Greg Monroe, Andre Drummond, Josh Smith era. Like, that was real Pistons hoops. People were not around for that. So, Bryce, I actually do want you to watch that.
Chucky Atkins start games, Omari.
We
all remember.
Start games. Like, so Bryce, I actually want you to watch that so that we can come back and revisit and actually have a powwow about the big three era of Josh Smith, Andre Drummond, and Greg Monroe. I watched most of those games. Like, I will sit here and defend that as worthwhile basketball to watch. So,
okay, here's how this works. Every one of these players played for the Pistons at some point in their NBA career. This is all-time NBA players. Okay, so here's how it'll work on every player. I first will only give you what Basketball Reference says their position is, and then you will give me a guess. Then I will give you the number of seasons they played in the NBA total and the total number of teams. Then I will give you what draft pick they were. I will then give you a career achievement and then their the jersey that the number they wore for the Pistons. Okay, so there's like a progression where the hints build off of each other. Does that make sense? So you have to guess after every hint. So again, Wes, Omari, honor system. Don't take each other's guesses. Chat, we have 4 of you playing. Pistons Fan 11, Devon, Dogs in the Cuts, and Agrodome. Okay? So you guys...
So after every suggestion, we get a guess, basically.
You get a guess. Okay?
And this is until someone gets it?
Yeah, once one of you gets it, then I guess if the chat hasn't got it at that point, I'm hoping the chat gets it before you or at the same time. But chat, you only get one guess. All right. So if this gets, we'll play it out here on the first one, see how it goes. So Basketball Reference position, power forward and center. That's all you get.
We don't get a time frame for this either. Oh my God.
Not to start. So you just have to give me the whole idea is that you don't get it on the first one unless you just get
Sally.
one. Okay, John Sally for Omari.
Greg Monroe, what the heck?
Greg Monroe, okay. Hopefully the chats will come through here as we go through. So we have Greg Monroe and John Sally.
Did John Sally play the 5?
I don't know if he played the 5. He might have been a 3-4. After I said that, I realized he probably was more 3-4 than 4-5.
We have a Sheed.
I'm too young. I don't know.
Bison Dele. Bob Lanier. C-Web. Okay, next hint. Nobody got it. This player played a total of 13 seasons with 4 different teams in their NBA career. They played a total of 13 seasons with 4 different teams, and they were a power forward and center according to Basketball Reference.
So long career. Not having a time frame for this is it's just impossible.
Yeah. Next hint.
I mean, we got to take a guess.
We got a few from the chat.
Mehmet Okur.
Chris Webber. You said Chris Webber. I'll do Chris Webber.
Okay. None of those are correct. The next hint is where you guys will start to be able to figure it out a little bit. All right. Dice and Rob. Okay. So nobody's got it thus far. This player is a former number 1 overall pick.
Kwame Brown.
Power forward center. Played 13 seasons with 4 teams and is a former number 1 overall pick.
I too was going to say Kwame Brown.
Okay. So Wes and Omari have a Kwame Brown. First in the chat to get it gets the points. This is worth 3 points if you can get it.
Oh, so it wasn't Kwame.
It is not Kwame. It is not Kwame. It is not.
Oh, okay. Wow. I was
James Wiseman. Wiseman was number 2, I believe. We have a Kwame.
He also didn't play 13 seasons. I'm not looking at the chat, so I don't know who said that.
I thought this one.
Can I take another guess?
In a second. And somebody not involved in the game got it right. Okay, there we go. So Devon, I'm going to give you the points there. So chat, your game is over for this player. Wes and Omari, this player also won Rookie of the Year and was a slam dunk champion.
Blake Griffin. That was my other guess.
Yeah, it's Blake Griffin.
Dang it.
Power forward center. He was a pure
the center
forward.
is what threw me off.
He was a pure power forward. He played maybe a little bit of center at the end.
Emphasize that it was Basketball References. Okay. All right. We may have to go through maybe I'll give you the first 2 together to speed things up a little bit. I'll give you 5 points. Okay. So we're starting over. This is the second player listed on Basketball Reference as a small forward, has played 5 seasons with 3 teams.
Small forward, 5 seasons, 3 teams.
This is one you guys actually could get based off that.
Sadiq Bey.
Sadiq Bey.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh,
Man, that's a good guess. Okay.
All right. So Wes out to an early lead here. This is going to be tough for the chat
see, it
because
was your phrasing. The way you phrased it made it sound like he was still an NBA player.
I know I meant not to say it like that and make it too easy. So, okay, chat, skip over that one. We'll start a new one here. So, basketball reference, small forward and power forward, 12 seasons with 4 teams.
12 seasons, 4 teams.
Tracy McGrady.
I don't know, Josh Smith.
Okay. Neither of those are right. See if we get anything from the chat. We got a Corey Maggette, small forward and power forward, basketball reference position, 12 seasons with 4 teams. Got a Josh Smith.
T-Mac was a good guess.
Darko Rodman. Okay. None of those are correct. Number 13 overall pick.
Clifford Robinson.
Okay.
No, that's not it. Okay.
Number 13 overall pick, listed as a small forward and power forward on Basketball Reference, 12 seasons with 4 teams.
Man, did Austin Day play 12 seasons? That's what's holding me up. I'll stick with it. I'll say Austin Day.
I thought maybe that would help out more than what it has. We have McDyess, Singler. Okay.
He was a second rounder. Or was he drafted? I don't know.
This is going to come quick. So first one to say it. Career achievement hint is he won a 6th Man of the Year.
Chuck Garrett is around. No, he didn't get a 6.
6th Man of the Year.
The chat got it.
Oh, God. I feel like we're disappointing you now, Bryce.
I thought that one would give it away.
I'm disappointing myself.
I got nothing. I'm drawing a blank.
He wore number 34 with the Pistons. Like, is it? Am
that
I
didn't
off
even
here,
nail
chat?
it down. Oh, no.
He won the 6th Man of the Year with the Pistons, I believe.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he won 6th Man of the Year with Detroit.
Was Corliss Williams?
Corliss Williamson.
Yeah, Corliss
Williamson?
Williamson. Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
I was so young.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's me watching basketball like 6 years old, that one.
okay. All right. Okay, next one. Listed only as a shooting guard, 9 seasons with 5 teams.
Listed only as a shooting guard, 9 seasons with 5 teams. Allen Houston, he probably didn't play for 5 teams.
Wes, I see what you're saying about the time. Like, just give you guys so many seconds and then drop the next hint. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Reggie Bullock.
Number 12 overall draft pick. So the first one between you two to get the name, and then chat. The first one, and I'll just go like 10 seconds or so between
Rodney
hits.
Stuckey?
He was a later pick.
Yeah, he was a little bit later.
Was he like 15 or something?
Yeah, I think he was just outside the lottery.
This is me stalling.
More high school points in Ohio than LeBron James.
Luke Kennard.
Oh, Wes.
That's gonna be my next guess. I was thinking Luke. I was thinking, which pick was Donovan Mitchell? I'm like, was Mitchell 13 or 14? It went Luke, Donovan, Bam.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think this is the way, Wes. So I will just go about 10 seconds before I drop the next hint. First one to say it, chat. I know you're a little behind. Just the first one to say it. We'll play that way.
Oh, so there's some strategy to waiting now, but don't wait too long.
No, you get more points if you get it earlier, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shooting guard, small forward, 15 seasons with 6 teams.
Is that one T-Mac?
That is T-Mac, Wes. Right up the. I restarted the scoring for you, Omari. He was up like a 9-0, and he's already up 5-0 now.
Well, Omari already guessed him, so he was on the top of my mind.
All right, Devon, I'm giving you that one. Okay. Center and power forward, 10 seasons with 6 teams.
Charlie Villanueva.
Ooh, I'm surprised that wasn't it. I got nothing. I'm going to sit and wait.
Former number 2 overall pick.
Number 2.
Big Dice.
What were the positions again?
Center and power forward.
Number 2 overall pick. Center and power. Was that Wiseman?
Agrodome, you got it in the chats. A 2004 NBA champion.
Darko?
Yes. Whoa, Omari. Okay, here we go. Next one. We got a few more. You can catch up, Omari. Listed as a center on Basketball Reference, played 9 seasons with 6 teams.
Kwame Brown.
Was an undrafted free agent.
Aaron Baines. Oh, he might have been drafted.
I'm pretty sure he played longer than this, but Ben Wallace.
Is known for a movie career.
Boban.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
I was like, movie career. Yeah, he was a John Wick.
Okay, here we go. Point guard and shooting guard on Basketball Reference. 14 seasons with 7 teams.
Chauncey.
That's a good guess. Stuckey?
Number 29 overall draft pick.
Reggie Jackson.
No. What was the
Point guard and shooting guard.
Position?
14 seasons with 7 teams. Former number 29 overall draft pick. Was a 2014 NBA champion.
Oh, man. 24. Oh, no.
Who won in 14?
YouTube user says way too few teams for Ish Smith.
Yeah.
Wore number 18 with the Detroit Pistons.
Corey Joseph?
Corey Joseph.
Corey Joseph. That's a good one. I'm bad with jersey numbers. Yeah, that is a good one.
All right. Okay, here we go. I got 2 more. So, Chad, I am keeping track of yours. I have Devon at 6, Dogs in the Cut at 2, Agrodome at 3. All right. Power forward and small forward on Basketball Reference. 15 seasons with 5 teams. Oh, my bad, Piston fan.
Power forward and center, 15 seasons.
No. Power forward and small forward. 15 seasons with 5 teams. West Dog got it. Number 19 overall draft pick.
That's not McGetty.
Has Tobias Harris been in the league that long? No way.
Is that a guess or not?
I'll say Tobias. Yeah, I'll say Tobias.
It is Tobias Harris.
Tobias,
Seriously? Yeah. He's been in the league that long?
He was drafted in 2011. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I promise I'm not trying to be negative here, but did you guys know that Tobias has the most career earnings in the NBA for players that haven't made an All-Star game?
Really? Did not know that.
Given that he's played 15 years now, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pistons fan. All right, you got it. So, chat, you guys are actually fairly close here. So I'll slow this one down a little bit, and we'll essentially whoever gets it probably is the winner. All right, last one. Center and power forward on Basketball Reference. 16 seasons with 5 teams.
Proceed.
I've just got to wait.
I'm trying to see if
16's a lot.
Chat will give me any guesses here for this last one. Devon, you got it correct. You are the winner from the chat.
Oh, dang.
Yep. Undrafted free agent.
Ben Wallace?
Yeah, it's Ben
Wallace.
Yeah, it's Ben Wallace. Yeah, undrafted free agents.
Let's just say West won. We'll leave it there without any other nuances or details.
I think you should count. Make sure.
I do have to count, but all right.
Well, now I kind of want to know.
I'll tell you after we finish. So, it is October. I hopefully everybody enjoyed this. I know it was a little bit, or not October. Did I say October?
Yeah, it's August. It's not October.
I wish it was October because we would have NBA basketball to watch. It is August, excuse me. And so hopefully everybody enjoyed this a little bit. Obviously a little bit different than what we normally do. But we thought this was probably the right time to do so. We'll probably have an episode with O2 and his father here in the next couple weeks. We might have a week off here in the next couple weeks. Like I said, I'm starting school. We're starting football. This is just kind of the time to do that. So, once we get back into September, we'll really get into previewing the season and the roster and all of that. Yeah, sorry. I don't know where I got October from. I apologize. So thank you for joining us here live here in August. And, we appreciate all of you as always. Wes, let everybody know where they can find you. We don't always get this chance for you, so let them know, and then O2 can take it away.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so we just had Blake step aside at the pin down to handle some fatherly duties with his second child coming along. So congrats to Blake, but it's now Robbie and I, so you can find what we're talking about over on the pin down, doing that mailbag show. Otherwise, just keep listening to the Pistons Pulse. That'd be great.
All right, and with that, I'll close this out. Big thanks to our audio producer, Robin Chan, our editor-in-chief, Dakota Avery Nichols, and big shout out to Wes, as always, and we will talk to you all next week.